And I can tell you that in schools, there used to come artists to our schools, and then they perform for us, and then we dance for an hour or two, and then we get back to studying. Or sometimes there might be a smaller event, maybe on a Friday, we pay 2 rands or we pay 3 rands just so that we can fundraise for the school, and then an artist will come and perform, and then we dance. It's something that that has been always happening in South African schools from the past. It's not an amapiano thing that kids now, amapiano is driving them crazy. No, it's not a thing of amapiano. Even in the past, people were dancing in schools. Schools hosted events and artists would come perform. They would make noise. They would scream. It's just part of us as South Africa. And the one thing that people need to understand about us as South Africans, you see, if it's something that includes music or includes dance, that is us, South Africans. I mean, it's our culture. Music and dance is our culture. It's in the blood. It's something that we do, and it's something that we are proud of as South Africans. So seeing children there at school dancing, screaming like that, singing, is not something strange to me as a South African.
Those are South African students, the ones that you claim are studying. You cannot tell me that you are studying, yet you spend the whole day dancing on a piano. That one I fail to understand. Maybe there's someone else with a better explanation, but for me, that one has defeated me. All South African students, what they have in their heads right now is amapiano, I can assure you. That's all they think about from morning to evening.
If there's one thing that I hate more than anything when it comes to people who do not come from South Africa, is when they act as if they understand us as South Africans. Well, we know that we are very interesting people as South Africans. No wonder every one of these people from outside is paying attention to us as South Africans. And I have no problem with these people focusing on us, being obsessed with us, because what they are doing is just making us famous. Look at South Africa now. South Africa is the most spoken of country all around the world right now because of all these people who are obsessed with South Africa. They are just marketing South Africa to the rest of the world and exposing everything that is beautiful with South Africa, even though they might think that they are portraying South Africa in a negative light, but they do not see that what they are doing is actually achieving the opposite result. People are not taking what they are saying and taking us as if we are bad people as South Africans. No, people actually do their own researches and then come to their own conclusions to say, you know what, South Africa is a very beautiful country. Let us go and visit South Africa. So everyone focusing on South Africa, our issues, our livelihoods, the way we live, everything about South Africa, continue doing that. It's a proper marketing strategy for us as South Africa. But what I hate about these people is when they try and act as if they understand us as South Africans when clearly they do not. This video that man is reacting to of the kids in school dancing, acting crazy there, I'm sure you saw them. If you come from outside of South Africa, that scene is not something that is easy for you to understand. And it is not something that you should be having an opinion on because it's something that you don't understand. Well, he said someone must explain it to him. Let me explain it to him in very, very simple terms. And I'm pretty sure if you are a South African, you are going to agree with me. Now, when you're looking at that scene, it might seem as if the education system in South Africa is just playing. Kids are dancing in schools, dancing to amapiano and things like that. But let me tell you something. You see what those kids are doing there is not something new. It's not something Yama 2000, because everyone likes to paint us Yama 2000 in a bad light as if we love Vubumnandi and we are not focused in school. We even dance in school. Now, Yama 2000 have a very bad reputation, rightfully so, because of all the things that we do, most of us. But I can tell you that Dancing in schools like that, dancing to music, acting crazy like that is not something that starts now. It's not something Yama 2000. I mean, when I was in primary, Amapiano was not even a thing. Gqom was making trends, took over the whole country years ago. Gqom took over the whole country. And I can tell you that in schools, they used to come artists to our schools and then they perform for us. And then we dance for an hour or two and then we get back to studying. Or sometimes there might be a small event, maybe on a Friday, we pay 2 rands or we pay 3 rands just so that we can fundraise for the school, and then an artist will come and perform and then we dance. You know, it's something that that has been always happening in South African schools from the past. It's not an Amapiano thing that kids now, Amapiano is driving them crazy. No, it's not a thing of Amapiano. Even in the past, people were dancing in schools. Schools hosted events and artists would come perform. They would make noise, they would scream. It's just part of us as South Africa. And the one thing that people need to understand about us as South Africans, you see, if it's something that includes music or includes dance, that is us, South Africans. I mean, it's our culture. Music and dance is our culture. It's in the blood. It's something that we do, and it's something that we are proud of as South Africans. So seeing children there at school dancing, screaming like that, singing, is not something strange to me as a South African. Maybe it might be something strange for someone coming from the outside. But for me as a South African who grew up in South Africa, it's not a new experience for me. I mean, I've been in that situation in my life and I turned out fine. There are people who've been dancing in schools, in events, screaming. They've turned out fine. From Tuka, it's not something that only starts now. It's part of our culture. Even in public schools, they organize events, call them cultural days. We used to call them cultural days when I was growing up. I really don't know why it was called a cultural day, because it had nothing to do with culture, but it was just an event where we dance, artists perform in school. It's from primary. It's a normal thing. It's not something that starts now. So now they want to paint these kids in a bad light, as if these kids do not study. They are just going to school for Amapiano. They are just going to school to dance. No, it's not their thing. It's not something that was founded by them. It's something that has been happening here in South Africa. It's part of our culture. And this thing doesn't happen every day, the way that man is saying. This thing happens once in a while. Maybe once or twice a year. You see, it's not something that happens every day, and it doesn't disturb the academic process in school. No. Maybe there's a day that they dedicate for this, maybe on a Friday after classes, maybe after 1 p.m., from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m., just those 4 hours, and then the kids would dance, there would be an artist there, things like that. It's not something that disturbs the academic process. You know, that is why I'm saying it pisses me off when people from the outside of South Africa try to act as if they understand us as South Africans, when clearly they don't. Because when they see scenes like this, to them, it's as if kids go to school just to dance Amapiano. When it's not like that. It's not like that. We've been doing this in our schools. When I was in primary, when I was in high school, we had these events. The superstars that we have in South Africa right now, who are representing us internationally in different fields, but right here I'm talking about music. The superstars that we have in South Africa when it comes to music, the Nasty C's, this is what they do to gain a fan base. You know, they go to schools and then they perform for the learners. The learners love their music. They go search their music. They gain fans. It's a marketing strategy for our artists too. It's a way for them to market themselves, and it's a way to make the kids happy because they love music. They are South Africans. We love music. We love music. We love to dance. So it's just a breath of fresh air from the books. That particular day, they're saying there's a superstar coming to school. You know, it's a motivation for even some kids. Because there are some kids there in school who have goals of becoming music superstars. People who go to school, it's not only doctors or people who wish to be engineers, people who wish to be teachers. No. There's a lot of learners in schools who have dreams of becoming music superstars, who dream of becoming choreographers, who dream of becoming actors, who dream of becoming YouTubers, who dream of becoming different things. You know what I mean? So it's not wrong seeing those learners dance like that there, because it's something that I know, it's something that I've been a part of many times before, and there's nothing wrong that came out of that thing, you know. But yeah, tell me on the comment section down below, what do you think about this whole thing of foreigners acting as if they understand us as South Africans and our culture, when clearly they don't, trying to portray us in a bad light as if our kids only go to school just to dance and they do not study. Tell me on the comment section down below, what do you think about this, because personally it pisses me off, you know. But if you just enjoyed this video or you learned something new, please leave a like and subscribe to this channel. I would really appreciate it. My name is Emmanuel and this is Mzansi Versity, the place where we transform lives through knowledge and information. Let's meet again on another video.